The 2024 presidential election is shaping up to be a clash of titans, a political earthquake that will reverberate far beyond American shores. In one corner stands former President Donald J. Trump, the brash billionaire seeking a return to the White House. In the other, Vice President Kamala Harris, the former prosecutor and California senator vying to make history as the first female president. The stage is set for a rematch of epic proportions, a battle for the soul of America. The political landscape is littered with the debris of past elections, but this time feels different. The stakes are higher, the divisions deeper, the rhetoric more inflammatory. Both candidates carry the weight of their party's hopes and fears, their every move scrutinized, analyzed, and dissected by a media machine hungry for any morsel of information. This is not just a contest between two individuals, but a clash of ideologies, a referendum on the direction of a nation grappling with its identity. Will America embrace Trump's brand of populist nationalism, or will it chart a new course with Harris at the helm? The answer lies in the hands of the American people, and the battle for their hearts and minds has only just begun. Donald Trump thrives on conflict. On the cut and thrust of the political arena, he has built his entire political career on the foundation of confrontation and controversy. He is a master showman, a provocateur who relishes the opportunity to go on the offensive, to dominate the headlines and control the narrative. Trump loves to paint his opponents as weak and indecisive, using his brash style to unsettle and undermine them. And in Kamala Harris, he sees an opportunity to revive the tactics that have served him so well in the past. Harris, a seasoned politician with a strong track record, presents a new challenge for Trump. Trump has publicly challenged Harris to engage in more debates and interviews, pushing her to step into the ring and face him head-on. He accuses her of hiding behind her campaign staff and avoiding tough questions, suggesting that she's not ready for the rigors of the presidency. He has painted her as a creature of the Washington establishment, a career politician out of touch with the concerns of everyday Americans. This narrative is designed to resonate with voters who feel disconnected from the political elite. Trump aims to position himself as the champion of the common man, contrasting his outsider status with Harris's insider credentials. His message is clear: Kamala, if you want to be president, you need to come out and fight for it. Trump's strategy is twofold. First, he wants to draw Harris into a direct confrontation to force her to engage on his terms. He believes that by doing so, he can expose her weaknesses and capitalize on his strengths. Trump thrives in the spotlight and believes that he can rattle her with his aggressive style and unpredictable demeanor. He wants to create a scenario where Harris is constantly on the defensive, reacting to his attacks rather than setting her own agenda. He knows that he thrives in the spotlight and believes that he can rattle her with his aggressive style and unpredictable demeanor. His second goal is to sow doubt in the minds of voters. He wants to make them question whether she has the fortitude and experience to lead the country. By constantly challenging her, he hopes to create an image of Harris as someone who is not up to the task. Harris, on the other hand, must navigate this minefield carefully. She needs to show that she can stand up to Trump without getting dragged into the mud. Trump's challenge is a strategic gamble, a calculated risk designed to put Harris on the defensive and dictate the terms of the campaign. He is betting that his aggressive tactics will pay off. It remains to be seen whether this tactic will succeed, but one thing is certain: Trump is not afraid to play dirty, and he will stop at nothing to reclaim the presidency. The coming months will be a test of wills, a battle for the soul of the nation. Both candidates will need to bring their A-game. The stakes are high and the outcome is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the fight for the presidency will be fierce and unforgiving. As the campaign heats up, all eyes will be on Trump and Harris, watching to see who will emerge victorious in this high-stakes political showdown. While Trump relies on bombast and spectacle, Kamala Harris is building her campaign on a foundation of policy expertise and direct engagement with voters. She understands that the path to the White House is not paved with soundbites and Twitter feuds, but with a deep understanding of the issues facing the American people. Harris's campaign events are a stark contrast to Trump's rallies. Instead of fiery speeches and adoring crowds, Harris prefers intimate town halls and roundtable discussions. She listens patiently to voters' concerns, engages in thoughtful dialogue, and outlines her plans to address the challenges facing the nation. Her message is one of competence, compassion, and a commitment to finding common ground. Harris's focus on policy is not just a matter of style, it is a strategic decision rooted in her belief that voters are hungry for substance and solutions. She understands that Americans are tired of the partisan gridlock and political theater that has come to define Washington, and she is offering herself as a pragmatic leader who can bring people together and get things done. Section 4. Trump's echo chamber conservative media reigns supreme. Donald Trump's relationship with the media has always been fraught with tension and animosity. From the very beginning of his political career, Trump has had a contentious relationship with the press, often using his platform to criticize and undermine their credibility. He has famously labeled the press the enemy of the people and has repeatedly accused journalists of bias and dishonesty. This antagonistic stance has only served to deepen the divide between Trump and the mainstream media, creating an environment of mutual distrust and hostility. Yet despite his disdain for traditional news outlets, Trump understands the power of media, particularly the conservative media ecosystem that has become his most reliable mouthpiece. He has adeptly used these platforms to amplify his message and rally his supporters. From the outset of his political career, Trump has cultivated a close relationship with conservative media outlets, granting them exclusive interviews, feeding them scoops and inside information, and using them to bypass the traditional media gatekeepers. This symbiotic relationship has allowed Trump to maintain a direct line of communication with his base. In return, these outlets have provided him with a platform to disseminate his message unfiltered, to attack his opponents, and to shape the narrative on his own terms. This mutually beneficial arrangement has solidified Trump's influence within the conservative media sphere. Trump's reliance on conservative media has only intensified since his departure from the White House. As he navigates his post-presidency, he continues to leverage these platforms to stay relevant and maintain his political influence. He has largely shunned interviews with mainstream news organizations, preferring instead to appear on friendly programs where he can be assured of a sympathetic audience. This strategy allows him to avoid the scrutiny and tough questions that often come from more critical media outlets. This echo chamber allows him to control the message, to reinforce his base's beliefs, and to avoid difficult questions that might challenge his worldview. By surrounding himself with supportive voices, Trump can continue to push his narrative without opposition. While this strategy may resonate with Trump's most ardent supporters, it does little to expand his appeal beyond his base. The echo chamber effect can create a feedback loop where only favorable information is amplified and dissenting opinions are drowned out. By limiting his exposure to a narrow segment of the media landscape, Trump risks becoming increasingly isolated and out of touch with the concerns of a wider audience. This insular approach may ultimately hinder his ability to connect with a broader electorate and address the diverse issues facing the nation. Section 5. Harris Momentum, a surge in support and funding. As the 2024 election cycle gains momentum, Kamala Harris finds herself riding a wave of support and enthusiasm. Her campaign is gaining traction, and the energy surrounding her candidacy is palpable. Her campaign events are drawing large crowds, with people from all walks of life coming together to hear her speak and show their support. Her message of unity and progress is resonating with voters across the political spectrum, striking a chord with those who are eager for change and a new direction for the country. Additionally, her fundraising numbers are breaking records, reflecting the broad base of financial support she has garnered. Harris's surge in popularity can be attributed to a number of factors. Her ability to connect with voters on a personal level has been a significant advantage. First, she is benefiting from a renewed sense of optimism and hope among Democrats, who are looking for a leader to guide them through these challenging times. Many of these voters are energized by the prospect of defeating Donald Trump and restoring a sense of normalcy to American politics. They see Harris as the candidate who can bring about the change they desire. Second, Harris's own charisma and compelling personal story have connected with voters on a deeper level. Her journey and experiences resonate with many, making her a relatable and inspiring figure. This connection is particularly strong among women and people of color, who see in her a symbol of progress and representation. Her candidacy represents a break from the past and a step towards a more inclusive future. The influx of campaign donations is particularly significant as it demonstrates the widespread belief in her ability to lead and effect change. These donations provide Harris with the resources she needs to compete with Trump's vast personal wealth and the deep pockets of Republican donors. The financial support she has received is a testament to the faith her supporters have in her campaign. The financial advantage will allow her to build a robust campaign infrastructure, hire experienced staff, and ensure that her message reaches as many voters as possible. With these resources, she can strategize effectively, target key demographics, and make a significant impact in crucial battleground states. The ability to air television advertisements in key battleground states will be crucial in spreading her message and gaining the support needed to win the election. While it is still early in the race, Harris's momentum is undeniable. The enthusiasm and support she has garnered so far indicate a strong and growing movement behind her. She has emerged as a formidable contender, one who is capable of inspiring and mobilizing a diverse coalition of voters. Her campaign is well positioned to mount a serious challenge to Donald Trump in the 2024 election. With her growing support and resources, Kamala Harris is poised to make a significant impact on the political landscape.